You got to be willing to let go of a lot of things. You got to not hold on to history. History will keep us in a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? That clearly is not beneficial to us. Might be beneficial to the other person for us staying, because they're leeches. They're draining. They're getting shit from us. But you got to be willing to let them go. What is something that you know is holding you back? Me, in various forms. Me as in fear, choosing to be afraid of rejection, choosing to be afraid of not being accepted, and just thoughts in the mind as far as doing things and where I want to go with my life and all that stuff, and not wanting to leave anyone behind, if you will, that type of shit. Like almost like survivor's guilt. But and all in all, just me, just thoughts, my thought process. The way I orchestrate thoughts in my head, how I see things, my perspective of things is what really prevents all of us really from getting the things that we want. I believe, I truly do believe that. Something that's holding me back, the thoughts of yesterday. Yesterday still plaguing the present moment. You know what I'm saying? As much as I try to live into the present moment, there are days where I will allow, when I didn't perform at my best, to get to me, rather my ego. You know what I'm saying? Like the ego wants that perfection so much. But you've made too many mistakes to even get to said perfection. But I think it's really just lingering things, like how you dealt with certain situations as a kid. I think that manifests into present day if you haven't been cognizant enough, to change these things. So, holding me back is me. It's just truly me. Like I said, fear of losing this, fear of losing that. But all in all, nothing belongs to me. So what do I really have to be afraid of, right? But in those moments when things are happening, your PTSD kicks in, and then you don't really, you're doing your best to not panic at that point. So it comes a time where you're ready to embark on this new journey for yourself. And there are people that got used to seeing you a certain way, and because of the lack of, like, believing that you're lacking love, you do your best to not get so big, you don't work as hard as you possibly can for fear of losing individuals for truthfully, it's their own insecurities. Anybody that fuck with you, regardless of whether you're working on your passion or if you're not, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of people, they want you to do well, but they don't want you to do better than they are. You know what I'm saying? At that point in time, it's like almost like a form of, I would call it narcissism. That's what I believe it to be in my mind. Like to have to be in control, you have to be the guy. You know what I mean? And again, it takes one to know one type thing. I know I've been in situations where I felt that way throughout my life, where it's like, oh no, they can't be better than me. I got to do this, and it's like, it's your ego. The ego is stopping me, and the ego is having them operate in that fashion. But truth be told, you just got to keep pushing forward, right? Just keep going. As much as you can, try to grow as tall as you can, and reach for every goal possible that you feel like you're capable of doing. Because once your mind is set on it, that's it. That's really all it takes, is just the mindset, and that you're not going to stop. You don't get to decide how long it takes to get to said goal, but you have to keep going after it. And eventually you will get it. Some may take years, months, days, whatever it is. But if you're really about it, you gotta be about it. So holding me back, me allowing myself to entertain negative energy or draining ass people. That's another thing. And it's because it's so familiar, like the behavior, it's like from childhood, you know what I'm saying? Something seems like very familiar. You want to hold on to it, even if it's not good for you, that type of thing. So it's really, just recognize it, just recognizing, like once you see it, figuring out how to separate yourself, being able to look like the bad guy, bad girl, whatever it is, whatever works for you, being able to do what's best for you, because most people are thinking about themselves. So they could care less whether or not what's best for you. These people that are very, very about themselves, so even if it means better in your life, if it means taking away from the attention that they once had to make themselves feel okay, loved, because some people equate attention to love. Once they've gotten to that point where they know that they no longer have control over you, they try to assassinate your character. You know what I'm saying? To kind of reel you back in, it's a form of manipulation. And you got to see past that. You got to understand that whatever it is that you're trying to do, that's your vision. It's not their vision. It's not anybody else's vision, but yours. So focusing on your vision is going to take some letting go. Like you really have to live with no attachment if you're going to live the life the way that you want to. You know what I'm saying? Like being able to free yourself of individuals who clearly are trying to stand in your way for their own fear. They fear losing you. They feel like you're a part of them and you're a person, just like they're a person. And if you really got love for them, you're not gonna lose them because you're working on bettering yourself. That's not how that works. You know what I'm saying? If I truly love you, if I have a genuine love for you, no matter where I go, no matter what I do, I'm still going to love you. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's the case. You're saying that I loved you conditionally. And some people do. Some people do love people conditionally. And that's just how it goes. But being able to go after what you want, you have to be able to let go. You got to be willing to let go of a lot of things. You got to not hold on to history. History will keep us in a lot of shit. You know what I'm saying? That clearly is not beneficial to us. Might be beneficial to the other person or us staying, because they're leeches. They're draining. They're getting shit from us. But you got to be willing to let them go. Fact, you have to let them go in order for you to see things that you have never seen before. But some people aren't willing to do that. They feel like, no, I gotta keep it real or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Listen, focus on you, all right? There are things in life that you want to do. Focus on you. Do that. If you're focusing on you and that person is focusing on themselves, you guys still match up. You know what I'm saying? In your life. That's the beauty of it. Like, for me, focusing on my goals, it doesn't make me love anybody I consider a friend any less. You know what I'm saying? I'm just focused on where I'm headed right now. And I have things that I want to do, places I want to go. And some of that may require individuals that try to distract you from that. You have to let them go. Whoever that may be, things that hold you back. Again, just your own thinking, your negative thoughts, just having negative thoughts about stuff. And negative thoughts are contagious, but so are positive thoughts. So retraining your mind to look at things in the positive is a practice. You know what I'm saying? Everything we've done, like they say in the mastery of love, everything we've done is done by practice. You know what I'm saying? Like we've mastered everything by practice. So we've become good at dealing with, let down and all that stuff because we've mastered that. We practice that. You know what I'm saying? We practice the art of feeling down when certain things happen. We've mastered these behaviors. So now let's just master the art of improvement. You know what I'm saying? Master the art of positivity. master the part of healing, master the part of, again, forgiveness, forgiving people, letting go, not holding on to any pain, any hatred, because it only eats at us. You know what I'm saying? You can be upset at me as long as you want, but if I don't give a damn, then it really doesn't fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? You can say whatever the fuck you want to say about anyone. If they don't give a damn, they don't give a damn. They don't have to care. So when you spew out, you know what I'm saying, anything like of hatred, that only hurts you. Truth be told, it only hurts you. But negative thinking, negative people, fear, you know what I'm saying, just you. Ultimately, what's holding me back from obtaining some things that I want to do in my life is just me. It's really just me. It doesn't have anything to do with anybody else, and I won't even put that on nobody else. It's just me and the ability to deal with things not being in my control. You know what I'm saying? Trying to control my surroundings, trying to control individuals, trying to control your own thoughts, hell, for that matter. And it'll run you fucking crazy. And some of us have ran fucking crazy. But all in all, just know you're not alone. We're all fucked up. We're all fucked up. And so you might as well go after your goals and your dreams, whatever it is that you have, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully you haven't given up on that shit. And if you're giving up, just like as you're listening to this, think about pursuing them again. You know what I mean? Like what's stopping you? What's the worst shit that could happen? It doesn't work, at least you'll know. You know what I'm saying? At least you'll know that you've actually put forth the effort. And some of us just needed encouragement, man. And a lot of us came from homes where we didn't get much encouragement on shit. So we got to encourage ourselves. We got to reparent ourselves and just try to do what we feel is best for our lives, because that's really what's important. Living for our lives. You know what I'm saying? Because you only get one life. You only get one life. That's it. You get one life to live. And you want to live it the way that you want to, not the way somebody else wants you to, not the way our parents want us to do it, not the way, our kids want us to be, whatever it is, you know what I'm saying, our spouses, we gotta live life according to because we gotta live with it, you know what I'm saying, whatever decision we make, we gotta live with that. And of course, if you're in a relationship, there are things that you go over with said individual, but you should be able to be your own person. You know what I'm saying? You shouldn't be afraid to be what you want to be for fear of that individual's insecurities or whatnot. That's what trust comes in. That's what genuine trust comes in any relationship. So I can be a person. I can be an individual. You can be an individual. And then just love that individual the way that they choose to be. Don Miguel Ruiz says all the time, like, if you're trying to change someone, then you really don't love them. You know what I'm saying? You love the idea of them, potential that you see in oneself. But that's for all of us to worry about when we get in those situations, right? But nevertheless, what's something that is holding me back? Me. What is it like going through the holidays as a single man? It's delightful, actually. It's great. You get to, if you're someone like myself that's constantly reflecting on yourself and just trying to better yourself, it teaches you to deal with every emotion that comes up, right? In your brain, in your mind, in your life, and then just being grateful for what you have, man. Because I know holidays is more about, it's about being with family, and whether it's a family that you created or a family that you came from. And I'm grateful for the times I was able to spend with those individuals that I value. in my life, be it family, friends, and whatnot. You know, I was able to see family in like different packages. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was able to go home to Virginia and see family. I was able to see family down in Miami. I was able to see family even here in Jacksonville. And let me tell you, like of the moments that we had, we lived in those moments, all of them. And I'm just grateful to see them and really learn what they had going on. It brings out, the holidays bring out the best and the worst of us. And sometimes people project you can see your friends projecting, their insecurities onto you, and even you onto them. And it's something that I think in those moments, that's where friendship, family shines the best, when you show that that you're there. You know what I'm saying? That's truly what matters, man. For those that you really fuck with. Now, the people that you don't really fuck with, that try to project their insecurities, fuck them. You know what I mean? Fuck off, whatever. But for those that like you, that you truly do value, and you can see them struggling, being there for one another. That's how family is created, I believe. So to see, your friends and your family kind of go through the motions of trying to get through whatever struggles they're having, be it financially, spiritually, emotionally, a physical struggle, you know what I'm saying? Like to show up when you can, because you got to be there for yourself first. Don't try to be there for every fucking body. Being single through the holidays, it was good. Got to spend time with, with friends. You got to laugh. You know what I mean. You got to watch movies. You got to listen to music. Gift exchanges. You know what I'm saying. And what I like about gift exchanges with people, especially like as an adult, like as a kid, I came from one of these houses. Like if I bought you something, you better be grateful for that gift. You know what I'm saying. Not so much about the thought. Don't get me wrong. There were times where I would get things that I've asked for, but there were times where you were given a gift and be like, I don't even like this. You know what I'm saying? It's not that you ain't appreciative of it. You just don't. It's just a preference. You know what I'm saying? So what I like to do for me, when I do gift exchanges, I really think about the conversations I've had with those individuals and something that they actually something that's of interest to them. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful for the friends and family, like I said, this year, as far as gifts. I don't really care. What do you give to someone who gets whatever they want whenever they have the money for it? You know what I'm saying? So anything outside of that is a blessing. It's extra. It's it's expressing gratitude for it. And it's just you just love to see people taking time and effort into a gift, if you will. You know what I'm saying? That the way they think about you, and they see things like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna get you this. I saw you looking at this. You mentioned this before, so now this could be of use to you. And to see that, man, and like some of the gifts that I receive from individuals believing in what I'm doing with the YouTube show. It's just a start of things, but to see people actually believe in that, to me, the gift is great, but it's the thought, right? You really do believe what the fuck I'm doing, because I don't think people understand. When I started this shit, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing, just being able to just talk. And I felt like I knew a little bit of what I was talking about. And don't get me wrong, I make mistakes, and certain things, like that's why I put the preface in the beginning. Really, the ones that deserve the credit for like on the serious mental health shit. I'll talk a lot of shit up here. I'll talk about mental health, sex, whatever, in life, relationships, all of that shit on here, but I'm not the doctor. I'm not. If anything, I'm giving my interpretation of the information in which I retained from people that are professionals with this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But to see people actually fuck with you on this this platform, man, it means more than you know. Like strangers, literally people. I mean, some strangers do. Like some strangers will will support the shit, and then people that like you meet now, like more recently, like really fucking with the information that's being shared and what what they feel the show stands for. That means everything. So to have a gift that goes towards doing the show, that thing is I don't know, there's not enough words of gratitude, appreciation that I could give to those individuals that really did put forth the thought of doing such. I just love it. I love that. What else, man? I love it. I love it going through it as a single man. Would it be nice to, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, you get feelings and stuff like that that come to your mind, like, having a said family and all that stuff. But there's time, there's a time and place for such. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do it just because everybody else is doing it, but because I genuinely feel that way. Like, I've naturally built something. There are a lot of people that are in relationships with people for the simple fact that holidays are coming around, or their relationships because they're afraid to be alone. And like the holidays can highlight that shit even more. It's like COVID. You know how like what happened with COVID, where we got to see a lot of people highlight their issues in their relationships when they had to spend more time with one another. And I just want to ensure that when I do decide to go down that route, that is genuine. It's not for the gram. It's not for anything social media wise. Like I truly do value that person in my life, and I would want to go forth with that. Because again, the pictures, yeah, they all look great. People taking pictures together and matching ass PJs and all that shit. But again, when the camera's off, you're dealing with some people that really can't stand each other. Again, these are just perspective of different situations. I'm not knocking the individuals that are actually in relationship. I actually love that. The people that went through the holidays and they genuinely have love for one another and their families and all that stuff. It's great to see that. But of course, you and I both know of people that are just in the situation where they both kind of do their own thing, and they're you're there for the kids, or you're there, you know what I'm saying, you're there because you don't want to be alone. You're there because you're not able to afford being on your own. So it's not really genuine. You know what I mean? So I'll take the peace. I'll take the peace as a single man. And I'm sure those of us who have been in toxic situations truly understand that, of being able to be an individual and live the way that you want to live. And if you engage with other single people, allowing them to be themselves and just learning to love them the way that they are. You know what I mean? Because some of us are not able to love certain people. Love certain people the way that they are, and that's just the nature of the beast. That's just how it goes. Sometimes and that's when some of those people, they have to go. It just doesn't work out that way. But there's somebody for everybody, but everybody's not supposed to be with everybody. Everybody's not supposed to be with everybody. So single through the holidays, I enjoy it. I'm grateful for these moments, that come up and being in things and being able to self-reflect and work on oneself. It constantly, like year in, year out, 24/7, I'm constantly working on bettering myself. You know what I mean? Allowing myself to get in situations where I can see that mistakes have been made. So now it's, okay, how do we learn from this? Not beating yourself up, but how do you learn from being in this situation? So I thank the holidays, especially the end of the year, for allowing yourself to put that magnifying glass on you and look at what you've done in the year, the good times, the bad times, things you could have done better, things you probably did best, whatever it is. Just being grateful that you're still here to tell the story. Wishing everybody positive and healing energy for this year going forward. Forgiving myself and then forgiving others for any pain, intentionally or unintentionally, that was caused. So, yeah, that is, that's roughly what it's like, being single through the holidays. So it allows a lot of time for reflection, allows you to see things differently, allows you to spend time with those that you value and that you love. And memories get created. And look forward to making more memories in 2023. So we'll see what happens. Who is someone that you would love to interview on your podcast? I could think of a handful of people that I would love to interview, truly just pick their brain. But right now, this person, their wisdom, I am completely in love with right now would be Brene Brown. Yes, Brene Brown by far is one of those individuals that gets it. She gets it, on many levels. I love her delivery. I love her laugh that she has. It's such an embarrassing laugh, but it's loud. You know what I mean? I love that she wears Texas. She wears Texas all over her, as far as like how she carries herself. But I love the compassion that she has for people, for humanity. And so, a lot that we can learn from that. Learn to be compassionate and be, I want to say, patient with individuals. But I would just love to know the story. And how she got to where she is. I'm sure she's been on different platforms and talking about it, but to have her come on and kind of share that with me on an intimate level, I believe would be, I don't know, and I'm hoping for that in the future. That's a goal. That's a lifetime goal, to be able to interview Brene Brown and kind of pick her brain. And I like I said, the way that she gave me strength for talking about vulnerability, and I was, and not just me, of course, but I'm just speaking from my own perspective with it. But she showed me like bearing yourself, and like take me, here it is. This is my story. This is what it is. And people poke fun at it. People can laugh at you, point the finger. It's still about them, you know what I'm saying? But for you to share your story, no one can use it against you. Like to just stand up in the face of all this shit, like, here I'm is, nigga. Here I'm is. It gives a certain type of strength. And I'm just grateful for individuals like herself. That have shown people, and gone to school, studied for hours and hours, months, years, to be able to help us get through the battles, the necessary battles that we deal with in our minds. And like I said, if you don't know Brene Brown, I recommend reading a lot of her books. You know what I'm saying? Amazon is your friend. Google is your friend. Whatever platform you have, Audible, look her up. Brene Brown. She's a lifesaver. So I'll say that. True superhero. Really just by being able to pass on the knowledge And then sometimes that's all it takes. Being able to relate, and how she just talks about vulnerability, how she talks about shame. And we all deal with some form of shame. I deal with shame on a daily level. And what's crazy is that shame got heightened and enhanced when I really started. Obviously this was like, I look back at it now, when I really allowed porn to take over my mind and my life. Shame was just all over the place. I did not like who I was. I did not love who I was. Very dark thoughts, and like an on again, off again battle with porn, kind of sets in. And it alters the way you see things. It alters the way you see women. It alters the way that you see life. It almost makes you look at life as if you're playing The Sims, and you're not able to control everybody. Not gonna be able to control anybody, for that matter. But you kind of want things to go a certain way to keep the peace, to keep from being stressed out. And in actuality, life is about acceptance, and that's what I'm grateful to her for, because with the stories of vulnerability, she showed me my strength. My vulnerability is my strength. So like, to be able to bear myself to peers that I meet, for individuals that's able to accept your story. Because you can tell people some shit and then all they want to do is make jokes about it. But to be able to share your story and then encourage others to feel comfortable enough to share theirs, I'm grateful for people like Brene, Jay Shetty, Jordan Peterson, and Les Brown, Jim Rohn, people I talk about here all the time. For the wisdom that they've shared with us, so that we can see ourselves and how human we are. Like we're all, we're pretty much all the same. We're going through our own battles in different ways. Some of us deal with pain differently than others, and we project it in different ways. But all in all, we're still human. Still human. That's it. Ain't nothing more to it. We are definitely human. And but if I could interview her, I want to have it in an outside setting, preferably like I'd love to come to wherever her family stays, so she could be there like with her dog or whatever it is. It's like make it the most comfortable experience for both myself and her, and just to have her come and share her wisdom with my platform, my audience, and the people that follow me, so they can truly see the individual that I've grown, the individual I've grown to love their work. I don't know her personally, but the work that she shared, the way she goes about talking about mental health and psychology and all that stuff, it really kind of it gets me more into it every time I hear her speak. I love her show, Atlas of the Heart, that's on HBO Max. It's a really good series. I recommend people check that out, and just watch with an open mind, or anything, or just just YouTuber on and just look her up on YouTube, Brene Brown. Like I said, she's just I just love what she does. Honestly, when it comes to talking, like being able to convey the message the way that she does, you'd have to see it to understand it. But no, she's just she's great at what she does. And like I said, knowing like what she's came from, and over what she's overcome, and how she battles with her own insecurities, how she battles with vulnerability, facing fears, and who knows, probably still going through shit. You know what I'm saying? Just because an individual has shared their story of how they got through something doesn't mean that they're not still going through something. And what I love is the courage that it takes to stand in front of an audience and bare your soul and share it the way that you want to. It's just a level of respect for that. Yeah, that's why for me, I wouldn't dare entertain a woman that's not open to like therapy, because of I can see it in other women. You know what I'm saying? Women like that are able to be like, you know what? I can see issues within myself. I can say that I make mistakes, and as well as me, myself, making mistakes and learning from them, and being able to go to therapy and say, you know what, this person did this shit. Well, let's bounce back. What did you do? Like to be able to see yourself. Nevertheless, Brene Brown, like I said, I look forward to an opportunity to actually get to have her on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? And just chat with her. I would love her to be on Interview with Rome. That would be dope. But no, all in all, just said thankful for the knowledge, thankful for the wisdom, and helping one find the courage within to tackle all of which goes on inside the mind. So Brene Brown, anyone ever gets to share this link with her, and if she ever sees this, I'm just appreciative for your works, appreciative how you go about doing it, and look forward to more, I'll say, work, knowledge, wisdom, information coming from you. Peace.